Hey everybody, welcome to week 2 of college football. I guess I'm your host again for now. I did a decent job last week, filling in for Joey Cheese. He's in the car. He's filling in for Hazmat Suit. It's really weird seeing him in the car, on a phone. But at least he fixed the orientation for us.
I did.
So we got DGen for life here, Mr. Chaz McLongball, making himself available on a work trip in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona. Thanks for coming in.
So
How are you feeling today?
I felt better. I've felt better before, but if you're gonna play hard, you got to work hard.
How,
So
how,
here we
how many
go.
beers did you smash last night?
Uh, I think I drank a bottle of bourbon.
Oh my god.
That'll do it.
In hazmat suit, how about you? We see that wine glass behind you. How was your night?
It's good, man. A little good tequila, G4. If you haven't heard of it, go grab a bottle. Really good stuff. And the wine's always flowing on the weekends at the Duco residence. Maybe.
Mr. Keenan, Cheese has that hot dad seat lean going.
lean back.
And and for all you guys who have been watching us from day one, I saw Mr. Neal last night. I forget his handle was. But yeah, we
Nelly
started.
Buckets. Nelly
Yeah,
Buckets.
Big Nelly buckets. Thank you. So we watched the game last night here in San Diego. I'm down here with my wife and her parents. That's why I'm wearing a hat because I didn't shower. It was a late night. Had a lot of rum myself. Still have beach hair, so I look like shit. But I feel fine. Anyway, I'm off to a hot start. 4-1 this college football season, sucking out Duke last night in overtime. So that was a nice win. The only loss was Florida Miami, and it was not even close. But hey, those are gonna happen. But every other game, man, it's been last possession. Like even these two NFL games, I've somehow picked a side. Coming down to the last plays of the game, like I don't know if it's so much the lines being sharp that people want to talk about, or what it is, just parity back in both leagues. Anybody have a take on that?
No, I mean, dude, listen, games are hard enough as is, right? And then you add in the aspect that now we're getting games in Sao Paulo, Brazil, no home field. Uh, lines are sharper. Books seem to have it figured out like they always do. Yeah, I mean, capping games is hard enough. Then you take into account that you got 300 games on a weekend slate, and you got to pick through them, figure it out. It's a tough industry, man. We're
'Cause, like
we're lucky to do this.
like last night, I'm watching a movie here on the couch and following the end of that Duke game. And all I can think about is, man, I'm so happy I once again waited too long to book a play, losing the 2.5, going to 2, because all I can think about is they are probably gonna miss their 2-point attempts. Northwestern will hit theirs, and I'll get a push and then an L on my money line bet. So I was really happy the way it worked out. But like you can look at that score without watching the game, and be like, what's Kyle talking about? It's 26-20. Like it didn't come into play, but like it was 3rd and 1 from the 3,
Dude,
and then they got a 5-yard loss.
Look at Eagles Packers. That line sat at 2 for a week and a half, and it was a 2-point game like the entire game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
wasn't it?
just
I think
don't
it was
even know
two
how
and
they
a
do it.
half, right? Like a month ago, it was 2.5, right?
Yeah.
And then it's just been holding 2, and Public on the Eagles, Denny on the Eagles. Mr. Cheese, you talked about the Eagles on our NFL pod. That got it in my brain. Then shout out CT Bets. I saw him post it, and Chaz McLongball just kind of was that little push to get me to bet it. So thank you.
Yeah. I'm disappointed.
Thank you, everybody.
I'm pissed I didn't get to the window. I talked myself out of it after liking it all week. But you know what? There will be times where, I do, make the play and I end up being wrong and I don't fire it, and it'll benefit me. So it is what it is. Not too upset about not firing it last night. We have a bunch of football left.
And guys, if you see me keep looking to the right, I don't know if you can see, but that's what I'm looking at. I just got a really nice view, so I just keep kind of looking at it. When a wave breaks or I see a body run by. So I think we're just gonna jump into it. We all got 2-3 plays. Game start in 30 minutes. Mr. Cheese, I'm gonna go to you first because you have a not so sharp play of the day going against the sharp play of the day. And who is that?
I do. So I posted all my stuff earlier in the week. I went to 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time kickoff up in Syracuse, New York. I played Georgia Tech -2.5 for 1 unit. I watched a bit of that Cuse game last week. I have watched quite a bit. I've watched quite a bit of both of Georgia Tech's games. I'm not impressed with McCord. I don't think Syracuse is very good. This is more of a play against the Orangemen than it is a play on Georgia Tech. I know I caught a bunch of shit from Hazmat Suit the day I posted it. Road favorite, laying a short number. Those of you that follow me and know, like, this ain't my style. I saw it and I had a feeling, and I'm just gonna stick to my gut. I'm not always right, but I'm confident. I'm confident in my read of the game. I think the Orangemen absolutely fucking suck. So we're gonna find out today. We're gonna find out today if I'm right. And you better believe there will be some fireworks on Twitter if Georgia Tech blows them the fuck out.
And here's the thing, like, I completely got off this game because of my respect for you. Like, I do lean the Orange +3, but to me it's just like, nope, I'm not going against Cheese. Like, if he sees it, because he does way more research than me, like my eyeball test, like I'm just kind of like, like if I had to pick this game, I would take Syracuse. But yeah, I mean, the respect I have for you.
Well, I appreciate that. Let's hope it doesn't bite you in the ass today.
That's fine. Like my goal this year is to be very picky. Like, truly 2 to 3 games a week. Like, actually make money, not fuck around, not do this bullshit I was doing last year. Like, following here, following there, blah blah blah. Have a good week myself. Follow the wrong people, lose money, vice versa. I'm just over that shit. So trying to actually bring, like, the whole premise of why we started this show to not do stupid shit. Like,
I've been stressing it to you guys for fucking 2 years now.
I know. But anyway, anybody else have a take on that game?
I think it's an interesting spot. I mean, normally that's a spot where I'm like you, Kyle. I mean, I think Georgia Tech's riding high. They beat Florida State week 1. I mean, normally that's a spot I would want to look at. A team like Syracuse, I'm basically betting against a team that I think is at the peak of what their view for the season is going to be. Georgia Tech's now a ranked team. I didn't even see that coming. So I would normally bet against that just on narrative, but I'm like you. Cheese says no. That cheese gut's usually right.
Yeah, and like, week two's interesting because you got two spots that you look for, those overreactions, and then kind of where this Georgia Tech is, where riding high, but is there a letdown spot? So it's hard to really gauge that, or is it really a letdown because is Florida State actually good?
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult it's kind of difficult to tell, but it's so early. We have such a small sample size, but usually that's where teams get overvalued for big wins that maybe weren't big wins.
It's a bold take, Buff. Bold take.
Oh wow, Buff just gave out alt line Cuse -13. Nice. So now Buffy has 27 plays now this weekend. Nice.
Oh my god.
Good luck, Buffy. Have fun at the game, brother.
Well, Buff says, "Fuck you guys with your
Yeah.
your 3 bets.
Yeah, I know, right? I know.
You got 3 bets on that game."
And it was hard. Like, I mean, I'm glad I posted Duke last night because I don't think no one liked it. I don't think anybody saw it except Duke after the game started to yell at me that I didn't confirm with them.
I saw it because I was on Miami of Ohio last week, and they played like shit, and I saw the short line again when you mentioned it. I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. Then the line came down. I'm like, that's a buy, smelly,
Yeah.
poopy sign. So,
Yeah.
good
You know,
shit.
another one of those line flips, -2.5 to +2.5. Like, those are the things, we really look for. But speaking of an overreaction, I know a couple of you like the Ducks.
Yep.
Mr. McLongball, you want to start us off?
Yeah, I mean, this is an easy one. I mean, for multiple reasons, I like the Ducks to just absolutely stomp today. The reason being is because obviously they had a rough showing last week in the opening game. But I think it's more important to look at it from an aspect of like the Heisman voting too. Dylan Gabriel has to put up cartoonish numbers for him to be in that realm. So look, the Ducks are going to need to run the score up this year. So 18 is a pretty good size number, but to be honest, I don't think that's anywhere close to enough.
Yeah, and I agree. Like, obviously watching that game, it's like, oh my God, are the Ducks going to lose to Idaho?
Yeah, I know, right?
Kind of want to see it. But at the end of the day, like, and I thought I was probably going to pick this. I really just don't like laying this many points, especially in college football. So for me, like, even though like I agree with you, it's probably the right side. Like, I generally just kind of toss these ones away. Like, I really like the 2.5s to 5s. That's kind of my bread and butter, if you will.
We're gonna have to
so far, so good.
We're gonna have to expand your horizons, bud.
No, I know. That's my weak
Ducks
spot.
might win this game by 40.
They
Hey, if
might.
I'm willing to lay it, everybody should.
Yeah,
I'm still kicking myself because me and Joey talked about it long before the game ever went. Was that Georgia Clemson game? That's why I said, man, this has got Joey Cheese written all over it with a fucking alt line, and we just didn't do it.
Yep. Well, while we're on Oregon, last night, this is a play I'm only giving out on the pod. I'm not tweeting it out. Saved it for here. I played it last night. I saw a little bit of line movement in the Oregon game. Late last night, it was like 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I played Oregon in the first half, -11.5 for 1 unit. I played that last night. I did see there are some 11s available now, but it's fine. I think Oregon scores 35 in this first half tonight.
For me, they're not going to pull back. Like I said, they had a rough week in week 1. If Dylan Gabriel's going to keep himself in the Heisman race, he's going to have to put up some fucking numbers, man.
Dude, go back and look at Dylan's numbers in week 1.
No, that's what I was going to say. Like, I remember looking
misleading.
at the
his numbers were good.
Yeah, I looked at the box score and I was like, how do they have 14 points?
Man, well, I don't remember. I don't have it in front of me. I can't pull it up. But I think Gabriel was like 41 for 48 or 31 for 38. Like, he looked fine.
Yeah, they put up yards.
They didn't get in the end zone.
Yeah, I think they just kept going for it on 4th and goal and just
Cool.
I don't know. I didn't watch it. That's my only assumption.
This fucking Boise team couldn't stop me, Hazmat, Chase, Kmart, and fucking Nelly Buckets from fucking scoring with fucking Rusty Betts at running back and Big Bard Clemente at fucking wide receiver. You think they're gonna stop the Oregon Ducks? Give me a break.
Hazmat suit.
Can I run one more out and then I gotta bounce.
All right.
So one of the games that I know you guys probably aren't playing, but I saw Clint was on this too. I'm on Nebraska -6.5 today. I think I'm going to be against Colorado every week. I just don't see a world in which I'm not betting against Colorado every week. The lines, to me, it's so disrespectful. North Dakota State damn near went in there and gave them fits in Colorado, and you're going to tell me it's less than a touchdown at a much improved Nebraska team? Like, no chance. I think Nebraska controls the ball on the ground. That defense still can't stop the run. at least not against a good running attack. When you got big offensive linemen like in Nebraska, I don't think that game's close.
I thought the same last year. But yeah, no, I mean that's definitely the side I would play too. Just I don't know. Like Colorado's defense did look better in the second half, and they needed to.
I think they're better, but I don't think they're great. And I think
I don't think
Nebraska's
they're good.
much improved. And if you look at Matt Rule's tenure as a coach in all these different places, year one's always a little rough because he gets these programs that need turned around. Year two is always way better than year one. He turns them around quick. So I would expect Nebraska to be a much more sound football team this year. And I think that running attack is going to be it's just going to be too much for Colorado. I think Colorado's going to get tired and worn out. So if you keep Shedeur Sanders off the field, he ain't going to score.
That's actually sick.
Full transparency, Colorado was the game that was closest to making my card that I did not pull the trigger. If Colorado was still at 7.5, I'd be on them in this spot here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Full transparency.
Yeah. And I guess, Chase, are those all your plays? No, you said you got to go.
The other one I'm on. You guys are on too. I'm on Michigan.
Okay.
But I got to run downstairs. I'm wanted at the work event.
That feels nice to be wanted.
No, it doesn't.
Oh.
Not on a Saturday.
Thanks for jumping on while you're at work.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, you got it, guys. Hey,
Let's
let's cash some tickets.
See you, Chaz.
See you, fellas.
Have another bourbon.
Hair of the dog.
Oh man, I can't wait.
What else do we got? Kmart, do you have anything else? Do you have anything else you put in?
Yeah, so I'm on. I hate the fact that the line came down 2 points, 2.5 now. But Illinois opened the week at 6.5. Liked it then. Went down to 5.5. Loved it. Love that dead number. And then last night I'm like just kind of checking, before I place anything, just kind of making sure I'm not missing anything. Goes down to 4.5, and I'm like, well, I better book this now. A lot of games in 3 and 4. I want that 4.5. I love the home dog spot, obviously. Illinois, I think this game is just going to be in the trenches, really. Kansas D-line is kind of small. Even last year, they couldn't really stop anybody. I think they gave up close to 450 yards a game. So I think Illinois, similar premise, as I said the other night, for another team, is going to look to run the ball, just tire them out. I'm not saying Kansas is going to lose, but I'm definitely going to take those points. But I definitely think Illinois has a shot here to win it. I'm not playing them on the money line. I'm just taking the 4.5. I'm going to live with it. If this game lands 5 or 6, I'm probably going to shoot myself for waiting too long. But yeah, that's my second play. As Chase said, a lot of us are on the big 9 a.m. spot, so we're working our way there. Any of you guys? I wish Chase was still on, so he could tell me how stupid I am for playing Illinois, like he did last year. But I think they're improved. And like I said, there's a good chance they win this game outright.
Yeah, it's Illinois or pass for me.
Anybody?
Yeah, it's Illinois or pass for me here. Losing the 6.5, I couldn't get to the window now, but certainly wouldn't find me on Kansas.
Yeah, it's in my. I posted it this morning. I'm even seeing 4s now.
Tom is so stupid.
Yeah. No, I know. I saw an hour ago. I saw it go down to 4, and I was just like, "Thank God I got that 4.5 last night."
I'm still seeing 60+% of the tickets on Kansas. We love to see the majority of the tickets on them, but that line's going the other way.
Yeah.
Hopefully that.
I mean, for the line to come down 2.5 points since Monday, this when I was yelling at you on Sunday to get the lines up. I mean, this was one of the games I was trying to get, and then for whatever reason, I still didn't do it. Just kind of like the Duke game last night. It's like, I don't know. You get burned so many times, you try to be patient and watch for everything. But sometimes you miss the good number. But a lot of times it doesn't matter anyway.
Yep.
not buying it back to 5 because it's a dead number, but just you just gotta kind of live with those numbers. And you don't want to force more juice, because at the end of the day, it's gonna make it harder to be profitable. But Mr. Cheese, I know you got another good play.
Yeah. Well, I want to answer. Big Barb Clemente, my good friend Tommy's question from the chat. So, gun to my head, it's Michigan with the points. I just don't see an avenue that Michigan wins this game. Also, a little biased here. I'm hoping me and Hazmat Suit get to see an undefeated Texas team in Austin live at University of Texas for a game versus Georgia. So I am pulling for Texas to win this game because I want to see them go into the Red River rivalry 6-0, back home for Georgia 7-0. So, but yeah, gun to my head, it's Michigan with the points, but pulling for a Texas win. So yeah, I do have another play. We don't have much time. I don't have much time. I don't want to get too much into it, but I have played Iowa State in this spot versus Iowa. It seems like every fucking year since pre-Brock Purdy days, and I just never seem to get it fucking right. We are going back to it again. I played Iowa State +3. I think Iowa's offense is fucking anemic. I don't care that they scored 40 last weekend. Fuck, Cade McNamara is absolutely fucking trash. He wasn't good last year before he got hurt. He wasn't good the year before that. He's not going to be good this year. I expect Iowa State to win this fucking game. Keep your eyes out on Twitter, notifications on. There is a very good chance that I increase my units on Iowa State today. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. But as of right now, Iowa State +3 for 1 unit.
And I lean that way too. I just, for whatever reason, I can't get there. How about you, Hazmat Suit? I didn't see your poopy 6-pack. Is that on there?
Yes, Cyclones are on there. Gotta love the road team. I even saw some 2.5 pop up. Road team going in there. Tickets on one side, line coming down. Unranked versus the ranked. How can they only be getting field goal, less than field goal, free money, right? Not so fast. With Cheese on the Cyclone team. Let's get it done, baby.
My man.
Ooh, and you're on Illinois +4.5.
Duke, would you mind? Because I
3.
haven't seen this one. Could you give out the 6-pack so I could hear it, please?
Yeah, I did Illinois, Northern Illinois, just because Notre Dame coming back from the big win on the road. Iowa State, Houston couldn't have looked fucking worse against UNLV last week. Give me that poop. Sac State, I'm fading my alma mater. They're coming home off the playing in the big house in Michigan, letdown spot, and then Utah State. I gotta fade USC off that huge prime time win against LSU. So
that's about as disgusting of a slate as I've ever heard you give up. It's about as bad as it gets.
Yeah,
hold the nose, baby.
Dude, it's a lot of points. Like, SC notoriously does not cover these points. Like, but yeah, no, I like those plays.
Listen, they're getting ready to do horseback riding. I'm at a birthday party.
I want to go.
I'm gonna go with my daughter. Real quick, my last play, 3-unit special. My guy Aaron Kidd is in the building, gonna bring it home for the boys. I played University of Virginia +1.5 for 3 units. I believe that line has flipped. I think Virginia is -1 in spots. Still like it. I think Virginia absolutely blows the fucking doors off of this Wake Forest team who goes to play Ole Miss next week. So yeah, Virginia, 3 units. Joey Cheese's best bet. I'll meet you at the window. But boys, 4 idiots paid you. I love y'all. I'll see y'all in the group chat in a little bit.
See you in the group chat. In Hazmat Suit. I guess since it's just you and I left, we can talk briefly here on the Michigan game, because that's my last pick. Line +7.5 went down to 7 last night, so I booked it. So I got him plus 7.
I got 6.5
You got
this morning.
6.5,
Fading
yeah.
Den. I know I didn't buy it. I'm just gonna wear it and take it. And
Yeah. I mean, you can't buy it. We're not in the game of buying points anymore. It's not allowed.
I don't want, especially not on those key numbers. It ends up being minus 125.
Yeah,
if it's
and I mean, like
110,
in
15.
six nowadays with all the 2-point conversions,
Yeah.
it's kind of the key number anyway. I was being greedy, hoping it was going to go to 8 for that reason. So I'm fine living with the 7, but it just seems like a lot of points. What was this, 3.5 last week? Goes up to 7.5. So that's that look ahead spot that we're mentioning early on. Totals what, 41.5. So not a lot of points for a 7-point spread. It's
a weird one, yeah. Of course, Dan is on the over. He sees that. How can they not be 23-20, right? Free money. This is definitely seems like it's going to be a nasty game. I mean, 21-17, something like that. So,
but hey, at least he correlates the over with laying the points, because that's the only way it's really both are gonna happen, most likely. But yeah, so I mean, Illinois plus 4.5, Michigan plus 7. Bang Duke last night. Not this Duke, but the game. But Hazmat, anything else you got for us?
No, I just gave out my 6, so I'll be honing in on those. Obviously,
whatever Den comes in on.
It will be texting me all day. If you haven't down, maybe I'll post it again on our Twitter. I have the Telegram.
Yeah, post it again. So yeah, he sends all of the Fade Den plays. We have a Telegram channel. Just makes it easier, quicker for him, because he's in a lot of group chats. So we set that thing up 3 years ago, back when it was super profitable. So yeah, I would either fade or follow all his plays, whatever you want to do. We don't care. We fade them.
I just like we put them out there. A lot of people just want to know. It gives you a feel. Kelly's happy. I think she's on Michigan, so loves to see it when Den comes in on the other side. Last night we couldn't debate. We couldn't decide between SMU and BYU. He comes in on SMU. Of course, BYU wins outright. He went 1-3. Yeah, it's back to profitable the last year. We had a shitty year. Yeah, he just killed it that year. I think it was 2 years ago, and all the fades were covered in overs, and it was just whatever. Sometimes the public has a good year, but we're not in this for a year. We're in this for fucking 15, 20, 25 years.
So, last but not least, hazmat suit. Remind us what happens when you bet on shit.
Sometimes you bet Duke and you're profitable. You're sweating, you're poopy. It came out.
Oh yeah.
Top overtime.
Immediately afterwards, one wipe wonder. It was beautiful.
Yeah. You're like, ooh, it's clean.
I don't know how after some fried shrimp, couple drinks, oysters, poke. Today will not be a one wipe wonder, kids.
Sometimes
so remember. Yes, sometimes it's clean, but sometimes you might slip in it.
Have a good one, dads and moms.
Have a good one, guys.